stories in sports. This is an E60 feature presentation.
I grew up in a small town called Aliquippa. It's a rough city, it's a rough town.
Aliquippa stabbing victim died.
A lot of violence, drugs.
A young mother of three gunned
Will be
down.
arraigned this morning on manslaughter charges.
A gun went off inside the Aliquippa home.
You can see the high school, our high school right there. That's a stadium. And it was just exciting just to see the lights, man. The lights, they were shining all the way over here. When you was young, you're like, what's going up there? Oh, the football game. And then you just like, that kind of drew us in too a little bit of what was really going on. And a bunch of experiences here that I will never forget, man.
Before taking residency on Revis Island, before the big contract with Tampa Bay, before the JETS, and even before Pitt, there was Aliquippa. 30 miles outside of Pittsburgh, Aliquippa used to make steel. It's always made, it continues to make football stars.
From outside, looking in, they always say, what's in your water? What are you guys drinking down there? Is it something you guys water because y'all keep on building athletes up?
We're a small town, but we produce some pretty outstanding athletes.
And the ticket out was sports. It was a hotbed of high school football players is what it was.
If you make it out of Aliquippa, I think it's saying something. As great a place as it is, it's tough.
Poor, with an average household income of just over $25,000 a year, Aliquippa has long been plagued by big city problems, such as violence, unemployment, and drugs.
Everybody that lives in the town on a Friday night, they're at the football games.
We're at the pit watching the Quips Friday night. Go Quips! Yeah!
I think it brings hope to people in Aliquippa because of all the violence, drugs.
Darrelle Revis first played football here on the streets in front of his house on 7th Avenue.
This is Aliquippa. This is where we was born and raised. Every day. Football in that field over there.
Yeah, we had our battles up here. We had our battles up here. It was fun, though.
Revis grew up in this house with as many as 15 relatives. Darrelle's mother struggled to provide for Darrelle, his brother, and sister, working multiple jobs, including as a corrections officer.
This is like hollow ground I'm standing on right now, really. I'm gonna tell you the story. Actually, we was playing basketball. There was a boy that he was playing real rough. So I ran in here, and he kind of like ran after me. It was like, yeah, what? Talking junk. So I went in there to my mom. And he came and knocked on the door. It was like, I want to fight Darrelle. So I heard him. I'm like, what? So my mom looked. She was like, hold on, you want to fight my son? And then she was like, Darrelle, come here. She was like, you better get out here and whoop his butt. So he's standing right here ready. I'm like, my boss, I'm like, she making me fight, whatever. So I'm like, I can't lose in front of my mom, so I beat him down.
Looks down the middle, he's going home run ball. Got a receiver, Darrelle Revis, touchdown at the 10-yard line into the end zone.
Revis channeled his toughness into football, which he started playing when he was 7. By high school, he was a standout for the Fighting Quips. And by 2003, his senior year, he was playing in and winning the state championship. But life in Aliquippa takes its toll.
There's 6 guys from that championship team who's dead and gone.
None of the 6 died a natural death.
You wonder why is there so much violence, because mostly everybody knows everybody. When you hear those things, or even if you've seen them, you're like, did that just happen? It's a bad feeling in your gut. I didn't have no choice. That's where I had to grow up at, and that's where I had to live, in Aliquippa.
Tarpley looking for somewhere to run. Squirts through a hole. Is pounded down by Revis.
Following his senior season, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette named Revis the Western Pennsylvania Player of the Year. Scholarship offers flooded the mailbox on 7th Avenue.
I'd already had my mind made up of where I was going, and it was Pitt. And one of those reasons was, I wanted my family to see me play.
Darrelle Revis, after one practice, I said, this guy has got unbelievable. Did anybody realize how good he was?
And fielding it is Darrelle Revis, trying to get a block, and he gets a huge one. Revis down the sidelines. The punter able to slow him up, but he's still spinning into the end zone.
By the end of his junior season, when he was named All-Big East for the second time at cornerback, it was clear that Revis had proved all he needed to prove in the college game. For the first time in his life, he was ready to leave Western Pennsylvania.
The New York Jets had a lot of confidence in me. I told Tannenbaum on the phone, this is probably one of the best things you could have done. At the time, he was like, yeah, okay, congratulations.
Right off the bat, Revis was a holdout. He missed the first 20 days of training camp before signing a 6-year, $36 million contract. Revis quickly developed into one of the league's most feared defenders. Twice in his first 3 seasons, he was named to the Pro Bowl. And in 2009, he was named All-Pro. Revis Island was the place no quarterback wanted to throw to. But Revis's contract stipulated that in his 4th season with the Jets in 2010, he would make $1 million. He thought he deserved far more. And again, he held out of training camp.
A lot of people and a lot of critics, I felt that they were just saying things that wasn't me. He's greedy, he's this, he's that, death threats.
A lot of people say that Revis is the best cornerback in the league. What does he deserve to be paid in the upcoming season?
He has a contract. He has 3 years left on that contract. You can't run an organization without a contract being something that you respect.
This was war. I mean, the mudslinging was going back and forth every day in the media. I vividly remember a day in training camp where Woody Johnson came out, did a radio tour, all the radio stations, talked about Darrelle, basically called Darrelle's agents liars in public.
Between Jets owner Woody Johnson, an heir to the Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceuticals fortune, and Darrelle Revis, a son of Aliquippa, there was no common ground.
I think he thought of them as an ATM. Revis was motivated by greed, and the Jets mismanaged the situation.
If you're playing lights out ball, you should get compensated for it. But people can see it the wrong way.
After 5 full weeks, Revis ended his holdout, agreeing to a so-called Band-Aid contract. The deal was worth $32 million over the first 2 seasons, but Revis was denied the long-term mega deal he desired. Then, in the Jets' 3rd game of the 2012 season, Revis suffered a season-ending injury to his left knee. More than ever, his future as a Jet was in question.
Revis went into Tampa, took and passed the physical. Tampa Bay went ahead and made the deal official. Darrelle Revis now plays for the Buccaneers.
In return, the Jets received 2 draft picks, including a first-round selection. And the Buccaneers had a cornerback looking to reestablish himself as the league's most dominant defender. Revis signed a 6-year deal with Tampa Bay worth $96 million, none of it guaranteed. Shortly after signing, Revis said the Jets had made no effort to keep him in New York.
There were never talks about it. They said they wanted me here. But they never said, was I going to be there? There was never no talks like that.
The one place where Revis is always welcome is this corner of Western Pennsylvania.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every summer, he goes home to Aliquippa, where he tutors the new generation of fighting quips.
I grew up. I was y'all age. I seen stuff. I've been around stuff. I chose a different path. You know what I'm saying? Let's do what we have to do to try to make it out of here.
And even now, perhaps especially now, Revis remains suspicious of the world outside Aliquippa.
He's very loyal to the people he grew up with. I think he operated in his own Darrelle world, and when he saw that that world with the Jets wasn't going to meet his financial goals, I think he decided it's time to move on.
I will always hold, Aliquippa down in my heart. I wouldn't want to grow up any other place. This town taught me a lot about life. It taught me how to be strong. And I'm proud to be a Quip town.